All right, good folks, it is Clara bringing you your weather update. Right now we're under a severe thunderstorm warning for Calhoun County, Clarendon, and Orangeburg County. We have possible damaging winds and pea-sized hail. I'm going to go ahead and start tracking for you so you can kind of see what we're looking at, what our biggest threat. Like I just said, we are seeing possibility of some hail has been on our radar. So let's just jump right to that. All right, this is what we're seeing. This right here indicates the hail size. If our beautiful chief meteorologist Taylor could do me a big favor showing the size, that would be awesome. There we go. So the hail is literally pretty much less than an inch. So that means that it could be about the size of a pea-sized hail. This is mainly going to be over, it looks like more over Lake Marion for folks like that. And I'm going to clear this off as well to go back to the Doppler. So a lot of heavy rain, lightning is also possible with this storm. Most probably are hearing thundering and lightning. So if you are in this area, you want to make sure that you're definitely taking coverage. Right now it's about 3:11, so we have a roughly 30 minutes with this storm. This is going to be severe thunderstorm warning is till 3:45. So it's going to be, now we're not the only, this is not the only place where we're seeing storms move in. I was actually outside not too long ago in the downtown Columbia area. And I want to just mention that storms are starting to move into Columbia, Hawkins as well, into Gaston. That's going to be Lexington County area, making it over to the interstate of I-26. Storms are moving through St. Matthews. So another busy weather day for us. Even Orangeburg is starting to see some lines of heavy rain move through. And this all could have pretty much some heavy gusty winds and also involved. But the only warning that we do have in effect right now is until 3:45 for Clarendon. As you can see, this storm is moving towards your southeastern, and mainly it's a lot of pop-up showers. Just to kind of give you a better range of what we're seeing right here. Let's go to camera. I want to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the whole part of our area, not just where that storm is. There we go. So there is a lot of activity going on throughout the Midlands, even parts of, like I say, St. Matthews, over Eastover, Lexington County. A lot of storms. Mainly the quietest area is really north where Newberry is in Aiken County. However, as we do continue to go throughout today, we're going to be seeing these pop-up storms really move through. Now, if any of this could be traumatic, honestly, we don't know yet. But the biggest thing that we are going to be seeing when it comes to our threat is going to be the hail. It's going to be the gusty winds. That could lead to some power outages like we did see previous this week. That also can lead to some loose objects being thrown around your yard. And also, I hate to say it, those little baby branches or trees could also be impacted by the heavy winds. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. And I zoom right back into this. There we go. Sorry about that. Now, just to give you a better picture of what we're going to be seeing for the next couple of hours with this storm is going to be moving southeast, meaning it's going to be kind of making its way out of our viewing area. However, just so you can know how fast it's moving, we just kind of checked. It's moving about 10 miles per hour. So it's pretty much stalling out. It's not a very fast moving storm. But when we do take it back to our beautiful squall, so you can just kind of see right there, and I'm taking my time with this so we can make sure we get it pretty much accurate, and that's going to be about 10 miles. So as you can see, the storm is really not moving very fast. 314 if you're in Vents, you're going to be seeing it by 322 in Utahville, and then moving about 324 in Edward Springs. You're going to be seeing this storm. So really in the next about now until about the next 30 to 45 minutes, this storm is going to start impacting us, moving to the southeast. But like I said, it's going to be moving past out of our area, not really impacting our viewing area, but it's going to continue moving south, meaning it's going to start impacting other people's viewing areas as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and clear this right now for you folks. Let's go ahead and move over to what we can kind of see with our future future watch, excuse me. All right, here's our future watch. Let's move this out the way so you can see it better. Okay, so by 5 o'clock, 5:30, going into 10, we're going to start seeing showers start to move in. It's moving fairly quickly, but don't mind that. basically the biggest point that I'm trying to make, you're going to have isolated thunderstorm warnings throughout the rest of tonight, possible isolated thunderstorm warnings. You're going to see that heavy rain continue to move through from pockets of our area. Now, luckily, by the time we get into Wednesday night, you could start to see this start to move out of our region. But the biggest thing I want you to understand is this is going to be an active few next 24 hours for us, because we're going to be having that summer-like pop-up storms come in and out. Another thing I want to mention is, as we do head throughout the rest of tonight, moving into what we're going to be seeing is there we go. As we move to out the rest of tonight, not only are these showers going to continue to pop up and pop in, but these showers could bring some possibility of hail, some heavy rain. Like I said earlier, could impact what you have going into your yard. If you have some tree limbs, things like that, that can be blowing around because of this. And these storms are pretty much packing a punch. Like I said, I was outside earlier and I was definitely getting thrown around. I want to kind of just go to Columbia because I want to see if we can see how things are starting to develop over Columbia area. So no warning has been issued for Columbia. No warning has been issued for Lexington as of right now. That could change. St. Matthews, you're pretty good. You are seeing some rain, but not as heavy as we're seeing in Gaston, not as heavy as we're seeing in Columbia, not as heavy as we're even seeing in Orangeburg. Let's go to Orangeburg. And folks, there we go. Work with me. And we're going to just pan over to Orangeburg. All right. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten a warning for Orangeburg area yet. But as you see, Orangeburg County is getting hit with some rain. I want to see if they have any possible chances of some hail really right now. Let's go to our radar. This thing doesn't. Let's actually go to hail. I want to just see if Orangeburg. So Orangeburg doesn't have any indication when it comes to hail. So right now it's really just. Oh, yep, it does. Very small pocket right there, less than an inch of hail. So some possible hail sizes out there. Anything that's that small is really going to be considered as like a pea size, very, very tiny. Some people can actually kind of confuse it with rain. And that is two indications. So you have hail that's in our current severe thunderstorm warning that is until 3:45, and that's going to be over our Clareton, Calhoun County. Over right here. And then Orangeburg, if you're in this area, a warning has not been issued for this storm. However, you're going to be seeing some chances of some very small hail that is indicated on both of these storms that are moving through. Yes, these are two separate locations, two separate storms, but the indication of some hail. Another thing I want to switch over to is I want to see if we have any, let's see how strong these winds are. Oh, wrong one, velocity. There we go. So where the hail is, you do see there is a strong indication of some strong winds. Now, this is not showing any signs of rotation, but you do have winds going about 22 miles per hour. That's pretty fast. Over here, you got winds going about 31 miles per hour as well as 29 miles per hour. So these winds are kind of blowing around. And it looks like even no parts of Columbia is really having indication of. Let's see, I just want to kind of see. I'm going to pan over to Columbia. I want to see if they're having, so, yeah, right here. Okay, so right above north of north, the city north of north, they're having some indication of some strong winds as well. We can get the information on that one as well to see where they are. So about 29 miles per hour. So these storms are really packing a punch. Honestly, they're moving fairly fast when it comes to the wind speed. And that is right there near south of Gaston, north of north, right in this little pocket. So still in our area. Columbia looks like it's kind of phasing out. I want to see if we're going to be seeing if this storm is going to start to move towards our area. That right there. It's looking like it's kind of moving. What do you think, Taylor?
Which one are you talking about?
The right here in Gaston.
That's going to be drifting southwest.
Southwest. Okay, so the one in Gaston, I'm speaking to our chief meteorologist, Taylor Canoes. The one in Gaston is moving more southwest. But this one right here has a unique side to it, the one right over Orangeburg. That is going to be a bow, right?
To some extent. There might
To
be
some
gusty
extent.
winds there.
Some
and
gusty
small
winds.
hail.
Yeah, so gusty winds are here, some small hail. This is not issue. I just want to not let you guys get confused. This is the one right here that is under a severe thunderstorm warning, which is until 3:45, which we did see some possible hail as well. I just want to mention that. So even though we're talking about this storm right here that's over Orangeburg, that's kind of moving towards the west, this one we are seeing some gusty winds about 22 miles per hour and also some very small hail, pea-sized hail, even smaller than that, to be honest. But the warning is actually right over here, and that is in the different area. And I want to zoom in for folks who's just getting on. Go to our camera, make a box over that so you guys can see. I think I made my box a little too big. I did. That's okay. And thank you guys for being patient with me. There we go. All right, so this is the one that's currently under that severe thunderstorm warning. However, both of these storms, even though they're separate storms, they are both showing signs of very small hail. They're both showing signs of gusty winds. This one right here had winds up to about 29 miles per hour, and I can show you those gusty winds. But another thing, none of these storms are showing any signs of rotation as of now. They're really just showing some strong winds, and these winds are moving to the southeast. Earlier, if you were with us, the winds were mainly over here and they just shortened it. So I was going to just talk about that. So earlier, the winds were pretty much right here, but now it's moved more southeast. So they actually just shortened that warning, and I'm going to go back to it so we can see what that warning is, because it's much smaller. And now it's only for Clarendon County and Orangeburg County. So really right over the edge of Clarendon and Calhoun County, south of Manning, not even close to Holly Hill at all. This is still showing signs of, I want to see what it's showing for our hail. Oh, and even the hail has moved over. As the storm moves, the chances of hail has moved over as well. And it's close to 95, Interstate 95, excuse me. And again, the hail is very small, smaller than pea size. Usually when it's pea size, it's about 1/4. The egg is about 2 inches, so that's good. Very small hail is a good thing. Some people can actually kind of confuse that with rain sometimes because it's so small, but it's not. It can also show some signs of hail as well. Now, when it comes to our winds, we see wind gusts once again pretty high. I'm going to go ahead and just point to it, see if I can get a good indication how fast that is going. Ooh. And Taylor's going to help me. But yes, that warning is happening until 3:45. And it is 3:20. Oh, wow. Okay, so winds up to about 36 miles per hour. When you have winds up to about 36 miles per hour, it can impact loose furniture outside. If you have loose furniture outside, it can impact that. As you can see, most of the winds are between 27 and 36, meaning that is some gusty winds. One thing I can say is a loose object outside could start to move around with these kind of winds. Another thing, if you have trees, branches, maybe an older tree outside your home, that can actually move around with this type of storm. Another thing is you're going to hear thunder, you're going to hear lightning. That is another indication. And then also a chance of very small hail. Even though this hail is small, which is a great thing, that's good news, that can also, and we already had 72 lightning strikes. 72. That's a lot with this storm. So it's moving fairly quickly. It's moving to the southeast. It's going to be out of our viewing area. It's mainly over water, as you can see with our radar. It's mainly over water. However, it is going to be impacting some people's if you have a home near the lake or something. Lightning strikes like 65, winds between 27 and 36 miles per hour, which is very concerning. And this is going to be what we're going to be seeing as we do head throughout the rest of tonight. We're going to be having those pop-up showers. We're going to be having those isolated thunderstorms. It's summer. That's what we've been seeing all week. That's what Taylor's been talking about. This storm over here over Orangeburg County, and actually the city of Orangeburg, is also moving through. I want to see how many lightning strikes has happened in this area, because there's been a lot of lightning over this radar. Okay, so Okay, so everything on the map, we have had 101 lightning strikes. So that is actually a lot.
Claire, I'm going to take control for a second. We have a new warning that's popped up.
Awesome. So Taylor's going to move over to a new warning that just popped up. and that is going to be for Aiken and Lexington. We actually was talking about this storm not too long ago. This is the one that's more south of Gaston. Hail is also an indication with this storm. I want to see how strong the winds are moving. Oh,
Okay, just 1 second.
1 second. He's going to fix that. And that is until about 4:15, so roughly another 30 minutes. So let's go to radar. I just want to see how this storm is looking on a different radar. Okay. So we have some strong winds. Luckily, like I said, none of these storms are rotating, so that's always a good thing. However, the winds, once again, that can impact your loose furniture, tree branches, anything that's outside. Winds are going about 25 miles per hour right there where Taylor just put that pin on. And this storm is moving mainly to the southwest.
Moving west at 10 miles per hour.
Moving west at 10 miles per hour. So a slow moving storm once again. Both of them are pretty slow moving. And what we mean by slow moving, that's how fast the storm is actually going. So that means it can stall out when it's about 10 miles per hour. It's going to really stall out. It's going to pour down that heavy rain. Lightning is going to be impacted with this. I want to see if hail is being indicated on this storm. Oh, we actually do have some. Okay, so once again, very small hail. I mean, less.
It's close to quarter size.
That's about a quarter size. So if you have a quarter in your pocket or know where a quarter is, that's about quarter size hail. So now that one is a little bit more visible. You're going to probably see, so if you are in that area, be alarmed. Okay, we're going back to Doppler. I just want to make sure we're not seeing any other signs. And I don't think we are. I think we're good when it comes to that. So no signs of rotation. That's always a great thing. It's always a great thing. However, there is signs of some damaging winds. And am I good to click on it now? Yep. Okay, so 22 miles per hour winds. That is very gusty winds. So we're going to be expecting this pretty much throughout all night. I did go through the future watch of what we did see, and our future watch pretty much had us stalling out for like the next 3 hours, going really into our 5 o'clock show with chances of showers. And this again is for Aiken County, Lexington, not near Gaston. When we mean really I want to zoom out so I can see better really where this is. Let's zoom out. Okay. So really at the edge of Aiken County. Really at the edge of Aiken County, and then the start of Lexington County. West of Interstate 26. This storm is going to be east of Interstate I-20. So really our folks that's in between those two interstates, our little pocket, you're going to be seeing the storm start to move over. Now, it's moving to the west, meaning that it's going to go more into Aiken County area. Really Columbia, for Columbia, it looks like they're pretty, like the rain is pretty much shifting. It's kind of phasing out for Columbia. So our friends that is in Clarendon, Orangeburg, even down here, there is not a warning for this one. However, Orangeburg County is getting hit with pretty much some heavy, some damaging winds as well. And how many lightnings that strike has been 101 since we last checked. That could have changed. Now we're up to 176. So that was probably less than 10 minutes, honestly. So these storms are packing a punch, you know. I mean, areas if you're in Newberry, up to the northern part of the Midlands, Elgin, yeah, you're not seeing any rain. In Saluda, you're not seeing any rain. But if you're south of the Midlands, Manning, Orangeburg, St. Matthews even, Cross, I'm surprised, Cross, you may start to get some of these showers start to move in towards you, the one that's over here in Clarendon and more east of Orangeburg. You might start to see these showers start to move over here as well. Lexington, Aiken County, if you're down in Aiken County going towards more of Augusta area, you're going to start to see these showers start to move towards you. So yeah, everyone in the Midlands are not getting hit with this. Not everyone's getting punched with this. However, we're going to continue to see small pockets of isolated thunderstorms start to move in. Possibility of severe weather start to move in. Another thing is gusty winds for the next few hours as well. And this is going to be, I'm going to let Taylor track it real quick. There we go. And he's making it. Oop.
Can you step off screen for a second?
I'm going to step off so he can get that squall line to cooperate.
Rayflin and Seaburn. A couple of the towns.
You said Rayflin? Oh, yeah. So if you're tracking, this storm is moving about 10 miles. So if you're in Rayflin by 332. So as of now, honestly, the storm is going to start moving towards you. And then 334. How you say that?
Seaburn.
Seaburn. 3434 for Seaburn. I like to make sure I get your counties and your cities correct, people. I just always like to do that. So if I don't know it, I'm going to ask because I'd rather not mess it up. And really
So,
you see this right here?
yep, so what's happening is you have these downburst winds. So the rain's falling and then the wind is.
I'm going to step off. So what's happening, Taylor's drawing
Rain falls.
rain. Okay, so we have a downburst. When rain falls, so downburst goes, when rain falls, it disperses. So what you're seeing right now on the radar is basically a downburst, meaning that the area right here, this is not rotation, just want to point that out. This isn't rotation, but the storm is basically saying it's downbursting, which means that it's splitting. So that's what you're seeing right here. So this is going this way, and then this one is going that way. So one is going away from the radar, and the other one is going towards the radar. That's what you're seeing right now. And he just took that warning off, so he's going to get some information. Those ones are, okay, so 22 miles per hour winds. So that is a classic definition of a downburst, which we are seeing.
So you can see with time, it kind of spreads out. And that's the wind spreading away from the.
And you can see with the times when Taylor was just moving it, that is the wind separating from each other. So where it's a little bit smaller, that's when the storm kind of started, but now where it is now is what we're seeing. And he's going to move back to radar. So that's a classic definition of a downburst. So winds are basically, now it's actually, the storm looks like it's weakening. So somewhat.
It'll likely weaken here pretty soon.
Yeah, so likely like it's going to be weakening pretty soon, and like let's see the next. But this warning is going to be until about 4:15. So it's 3:33 right now. We still have a little bit more with this storm. It's moving along pretty quickly. I will say that it does. I want to go to our handy dandy radar. And I want to see if that hail that we've seen, did that move as well? Actually, it did. And it looks like it's getting a little bit more intense. Did you move the warning? Okay, I'm good. Okay, so still about the same size. So about a quarter size of hail. And then it's going to be south of I-20. South-ish of I-20. All right, it should be good. So the biggest concerns with this definition, keep it simple. This warning is going to be in effect until about 4:15 for Aiken and Lexington County. The warning is moving west. The storm is moving west, meaning that people that live in the Aiken County area, give you a better definition. This way, you're going to start to see that warning. The storm is moving about 10 miles per hour. Wind speed possibly up to 60 miles per hour, but really we were tracking winds between 22 and about 25 miles per hour for this storm. There is a downburst, meaning that winds are starting to separate. There is no area of rotation, which is always a good thing. That's what we're happy about. This right here is actually, I'm going to go to this graphic, this one, because it's a little bit better. Let's see. And even you can kind of tell, we were like up here, now it has moved this way. So 12 miles per hour for that area. I don't think that was a good one though. I'm gonna step out the way.
Bright green is going to be where we have the strongest wind there.
So 40, is that?
46.
46. That's pretty, that's gusty. Yeah, 46. So our strongest wind is going to be right in this area at 46 miles per hour where he's circling. That's where our strongest area of winds are going to be for that area. So it's, if you got loose furniture, yeah. And that's in Pelion, excuse me. That's in Pelion. So if you're in that Pelion area, you're getting hit pretty hard with some winds and probably some rain as well. I want to just go to the radar. Yeah. So Pelion, if you're in this area, please make sure you're not outside. Be inside, because like I said, these type of winds, you know, luckily it's no area of rotation, but these winds can mess up when it comes to your loose furniture outside. If you have any trees, if you have any limbs, branches, bushes, these type of winds can make things kind of move about. And then on top of that, you got heavy rain mixing with that as well. So you just want to make sure you're taking, like, just don't be outside, because it's not a good picture. This storm has ended.
The warning's been dropped.
Yeah, the warning has been dropped. Sorry, we did not mention that. This warning has been dropped. You know, honestly, Orangeburg you guys are still getting pretty much hammered. No warning for Orangeburg. I definitely want to mention that. There is no warning for Orangeburg, but you guys have been getting pretty much hammered for a while. Let me go to our radar. And let me go to, let's see if you guys are still even producing. So yeah, if you can see right there, this is an indication of some hail. Let me do, it's like that small little, hopefully my finger. Okay, so quarter-size hail for that. Honestly, right here as well, could possibly be quarter-size hail as well. So you have two areas that are seeing quarter-size hail. And this is also in the Orangeburg County, more south of the actual city of Orangeburg. This is more south of it. So two indications. This honestly is another indication of hail right there, but it's fairly small. So it's smaller than about a quarter for right there. So hail is an issue. Hail is an issue as well for you folks. So even though there's no warning over here, there's probably, like I said, again, I just want to point that out. Even though there's no warning, I still want you guys to stay safe. I'm going to have Taylor take a look at this radar. Taylor, what are you thinking for Orangeburg? I mean, even though there's no warning, they're probably getting hit with some winds, right?
Some decent wind.
About 28 miles per hour winds.
The Weather Service is saying there could be gusts up to 50 miles per hour with this storm.
Okay, so it could be gusts up to 50 miles per hour with this storm. Like I said, no warning has been issued for it, but if you are in this area, I just want to make sure you're taking precaution. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour for this one as well. So just something I like to just mention. Even though there's no warning, there's a lot of activity that's going on throughout the Midlands. So it doesn't hurt to just be extra prepared no matter where you are. I mean, even for this was our old storm right here. It's pretty much kind of still actually in the same spot, but that one has lessened. Our warning right here still going pretty strong. And this is where we were saying that area of downburst was, and that is when it goes up and then they spread out. And we actually had winds up to about 46 miles per hour. Have they said what the wind gusts for this one yet or not yet?
It could be up to 60.
Could be up to 60. So it could be possible wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. I mean, we've seen, and I'm going to go to velocity. Excuse me, storm.
Doesn't look as strong now as...
Yeah, it looks like it kind of has weakened, because earlier right there where that little pocket was is where we were seeing heavy winds, but now it looks like it has weakened, which is always a good thing. That's always a great thing. So the winds have kind of weakened when it comes to this area, this storm. This storm is in effect. It's about 4:15, so the warning is still kind of there. So that'd be a good area to point, probably right there. Okay, so the winds have slightly calmed down, and we're going to clear that out. All right, so as you can see, pretty much throughout the whole area, we're going to be expecting this all night. Well, not all night. Throughout the next couple hours, you're going to be expecting this. Let's go ahead and look at what we're going to see. Moving into our future watch, 4:30, you're going to start to see those storms start to move. Heavy rain, very isolated pockets. If you're in the north of the Midlands, you won't see as much rain. Things are going to start to clear out for the whole entire Midlands about 10 p.m. So just make sure you stay weather aware. This is a look at downtown Columbia. Looks like sun is back out for us folks here, but as we head throughout the rest of our night, we're going to be seeing those chances of isolated thunderstorms continue to move through. So make sure you stay weather aware, stay up to date with us online and also on air. Taylor Caduce will be on air at 5 p.m. today.